Yo, it's Blackboard TJ back with another video, and today got some news that NCAA football got pushed back to 2024. So, guys, we're gonna have to wait a good minute. And I was planning on getting the PS5 just for me to get this game. Literally, that was part of one of the main. Well, 2024 now is gonna be a stacked year because Spider-Man, NCAA. Then you also got what was supposed to drop? I think GTA 6 like 2025 or 2024. They said one of those years. One of those years, I think. One of those years around that. But yeah, I was really hoping to get in the PS5 this year before NCAA football came out, so that way I can just, have the game ready and EA wants to push it back. But here we're reacting to this video. Shout out to, Eric Mayweather, right? Eric Mayweather? Mayweather, right? Eric Mayweather for the information. We're about to see why EA pushes back. So like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let's get to the video.
We just got a new update on the upcoming NCAA.
At least they're taking time and like actually prepping and working on this game rather than rushing it.
As many of you know, we've been covering the
I'd rather have a good product than a shitty product. Feel me?
Now known as EA Sports College Football, for the last year and a half. And while EA themselves have been pretty silent,
I wish my Xbox never got the 3 Rings of Doom, bro, because I want to go back to 14.
But today, EA themselves finally gave us an update, so let's dive into it.
They
shared their latest news with ESPN, and they even linked to it on their Twitter account, which I will pop up on screen, which is important because there are still some naysayers out there that believe that this game is not a real thing, even though it's been confirmed by EA themselves, ESPN, IGN, and others. This is a real game that's coming out, and they're working on it right now. Now, as for today's news, let's get into the article. It says college football will be returning to video game consoles with the first version of EA Sports College
summer of 2024.
launching in summer 2024. Now, that's the bad news that we're going to start with. It's not coming out in 2023 like expected, and EA never officially announced that it was going to come out in 2023.
Good point.
That's the date they were targeting, as many people have reported on. And the different emails
that
were obtained between EA and the universities, their target date in those emails was the summer of 2023, so that's what we were all expecting. But as of today, EA has officially come out and said, no, it's going to be 2024 because they need more time to work on it, which I think is actually a good thing in the long run. But let's continue with the article. It's time to be in the game. That's still in progress, although it is starting to crystallize. The game.
Try to move it. Computer. Alright. I'm trying to put it in a good position, but it's like so much. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Alright. That's still a work in progress, although it is starting to crystallize. The game will have Dynasty mode, yes, and Road to Glory, the team and single-player multi-season experience familiar to players of previous editions of the game. But, here is my question. Is Create a Team going to be an online thing like it was with Team Builder? Or is it going to be like NCAA 06 where it's just in the game? That's my main point in this. That's my main concern, because with Dynasty mode and a lot of content creators like myself, yeah, picking up a school from, a D1 school from the ground up is cool. But like, if we create our own school, that's our time into making the players and building that school up and building the recognition up for that school. So it's more of a better journey for a creative school rather than the actual school that's already in the game. Feel me? Over 121 schools will be in the game. Not every FBS school has signed up yet. Holt declined to say which schools have and have not committed to the game, although Notre Dame athletic director said soon after the announcement of the title's return, that his school will not participate unless his athletes benefited from it. Fair point. When asked directly by Notre Dame's when asked directly about Notre Dame, declined to answer. He also declined to explain what the process will be for getting those not in the game yet to be included. So they're trying to get everybody in the game, and there's still some problems, because remember, they changed it to where they can get paid. It's a lot of people in a lot of schools. So EA is gonna have to be spending their money, so they have to come up with a budget to where the players get paid for their likenesses. Got to be smart about this. It's risky because not like the NBA and NFL when it's like a good 50 players for 30 teams. Nah, this is like 50 players for over 100 teams. So
Game
give
will
it,
have
give it.
Dynasty mode and
I'll
Road
give
to
it. I'll
Glory,
give it
the
Tom.
team and single
Give
player
it Tom.
multi-season experiences familiar to players of the previous.
I know he read
editions
it,
of the
but I like to
game.
read it
Over
myself.
120
Feel me?
schools will be in the game, but not every FBS school has signed up yet. Holt declined to say which schools have and have not committed to the game, although Notre Dame athletic director Jack Swarbrick said soon after the announcement of the title's return that his school would not participate unless his athletes benefited from it. Holt, when asked directly about Notre Dame, declined to answer. He also declined to explain what the process would be for getting those not in the game yet to be included. The intent of EA Sports, Holt said, is for real college football players to be in the game. An EA source told ESPN that if a player is included in the game, he will be compensated. Holt did not rule out the possibility of FCS schools and HBCUs returning either, although he wouldn't comment on it.
No
FCS and HBCUs were in the game up until the mid-2000s.
Yeah,
All
06.
the schools that have committed, EA has been gathering information about.
Okay. Well, no. I know he's reading it, but we're gonna read ourselves. We're reading ourselves. Of the schools that have committed, EA has been gathering information about their sounds, experience, and traditions, stadiums, and uniforms for inclusion. Holt said they've been to 3 college football games so far this season to get actual crowd noise, and part of what make different schools and stadiums unique, with many more on the schedule, with at least a full college football season to go until launch. They're trying. EA gets an E for effort. They're trying. They're not giving us no bullshit. Like how they are with Madden. Madden's giving us bullshit. They trying. They're like, all right, we're going to these games. We're not just going to analyze the players and then give them bullshit as attributes. No. We're trying to get the crowd, because I feel like the crowd noise on the PS5, whew, that's going to be beautiful. That's going to be beautiful. This is an immersive. Yes, I pronounced it. Immersive college experience is gonna live on. So expectations that we will continue to represent the authenticity of the sport. Holt said, figure out ways that people could bring their passion for our game, their game, and their sports team into our game, play it. So I think it's gonna be an always evolving experience. Again, my concern is, are we going to get create a team? That is what I'm concerned about. That's what I want. We all want create a team to come back, bro. That's my main concern.
About their sounds, experiences, traditions, stadiums, and uniforms for inclusion.
My main concern is create a team, bro.
They've been to 3 college
my main concern
so far this season.
Create a team.
Actual crowd noise.
They got 2 years now.
Different schools and stadiums unique, with many more on the schedule, with at least a full college football season to go until launch. This is an immersive college experience that's going to live on. So our expectations are that we will continue to represent the authenticity of the sport. Figure out ways that people can bring their passion for our game, their game, and their sports team into our game and play it. So I think it's going to be an always evolving experience. EA's hope is to have everything from every team in the game. They've written new technology to try to match their ambition to reality, but until they really dive in and begin to fully develop the game, they won't know what challenges might come. What about the cover, announcers? Again, not much here. Regardless, it is too soon to choose cover athletes. EA said that they started recording with recognizable commentators but wouldn't divulge names. Holt wouldn't say if they'll go the route of the NBA 2K series, which has different announced teams, or Madden, where it is one announced team throughout the game. Previous versions of the game featured
I'm not gonna lie. EA, hear me out. This is PS5 and y'all bringing it back. Can we get a real entitled game day? Just saying. Like how it was for 06, like a little game day when he had Lee Corso, Kirk Street, Brad Nessler in the studio, and then Lee Corso will put out a helmet or a headgear. He put it on his head and he put his predictions for the game. Can y'all bring that back? Y'all do that. I'll take that. Y'all don't need to take the NBA 2K route. I don't think there's no, unless y'all gonna do like how I did with NCAA basketball. Then he did CBS and ESPN. Now, if y'all do CBS, Fox, and ESPN, then maybe. But if y'all just doing one thing, bro, one announced team, y'all can stay with that. But if you guys want to do like I said, CBS, Fox, and ESPN, aka and ABC, we can do different commentators for that. But can we get the game out first? Then we can think about that. But let's see the considering it.
Kirk Herbstreit and Lee Corso as
Give it time.
announcers. And just a sidebar here, we've even seen Kirk Herbstreit kind of tease the return of EA Sports College Football during one of the broadcasts a few weeks ago, which leads me to believe he's definitely going to be involved in the game somehow.
I'll take it.
Cater your fall gatherings.
Y'all love Kirk Herbstreit. Y'all love him.
Tailgate spread, Friendsgiving.
Where are they in development? Holt said they are past the creative design and pre-production phase and have started production, having completed some prototypes and things they can look at, but it's still very early. Think of it as they've gone to the grocery store, picked up most of what they want, and are starting to heat up the oven to cook. The game is being made in Matlin, Florida, and will use the Frostbite engine, the same engine used for Madden. And another sidebar here, because we have talked about this in previous videos, this seems to be something that people are pushing.
No, we're not using that same engine, bro. No.
Because they don't like how Madden currently plays, but every NCAA game in history was on the same engine as Madden. Did it play exactly the same as Madden? Not 100%. It was closer
Good point.
than people remember, but there were some differences there, and I think...
Wait, because I just thought about it. NCAA 06 and Madden 06. Prime example, because I remember I was back and forth between the two a lot, because I was doing Dynasty and I was doing Franchise. So I was back and forth between the games. They played the same, but they didn't in a way. 06 was more arcadey. Madden 06 was like simulation, but NCAA was more arcadey. So they could go with the more arcade route for NCAA like they always did. Because NCAA always had a little more arcade than Madden.
If you expected this game to not be on the same engine as Madden, then you're just not familiar with the series because it's always been the case. And even with that being the case in the past, NCAA was still a lot of times viewed as the better performing game.
That is true.
I don't think just because it's on the Frostbite engine means it's going to automatically perform poorly.
That's a valid point.
Since they have many years to work on this and iron out the things that they just honestly don't have the time to do with Madden because they have to keep pumping it out every single year. This is why when Madden releases, it's so buggy and you see a lot of the same issues creep into the game because they only have 9 months to work on it and then they spend 3 or 4 months into the new game fixing the problems with it before they really fully move on to next year's title. Does this mean it's going to be a Madden clone? No, these are two separate development teams working on the two games. The teams have shared some ideas and concepts and made suggestions to one another, but there's actually competition between the two. They are very focused about it being a specific college football game instead of a Madden college edition. We want to make sure that it is distinctly, uniquely college football. If someone's worried about it being a clone of Madden or something else, that's not our intent and not the way we're approaching this. And that's just what I want to hear. Now again, this could all be talk. We have to see when the game actually comes out. But
Take it. I'll take it.
They're taking more time.
I'll take it.
I believe it's not a complete Madden reskin. That was the case,
this is good news. This is so far reading some good news about this.
Like it was expected. They could rake in a ton of money because regardless whether the game is good or bad, it's going to sell a lot the first time around.
Definitely.
It has not been out in 10 years. Hey, Madden has been pretty bad for a while now, and it still sells a lot every year. So you think
for a while is an understatement. More like a decade. More like a decade. This ain't no while. While is a couple years. A decade. It's been shit for a decade. It's been shit for a decade. There's some good games. There's some decent games.
Pushing it back leads me to believe that they're actually
caring
a little bit about this game and putting effort into it because, quite frankly, unlike Madden that has this deal with the NFL to put the game out every single year, the NCAA game does not have to be rushed. It does not have to be out at a certain time. It can be out when it's actually ready, which is something we've not seen from Madden and FIFA in a long time. People are always telling EA that they wish they would take a year off. off, that they
Take
would
some
put more
time.
time into the game, that they would actually put out a complete product that is good. So now that they're doing it, seeing some pushback against it just doesn't make sense to me. Yes, it sucks because I wanted the game to be out next year too.
That is true.
I'm tired of waiting as well. But we can't sit here and say that we want you to take time and make a good product and stop pushing the same thing out every year. And then when they make the choice to do that, then get mad at them and say you suck because you're pushing the game back. I think people are going to be excited when this game comes out. Holt addressed whether or not there was pressure because of criticisms of how Madden has handled its franchise mode for at least the past half decade. When we sat down and started, on a blank sheet of paper or whiteboard talking about what we're going to focus on, what's going to be the game, Dynasty was like number one, top of the list. We know that we've got to satisfy the core, and we know we want to put meaningful decisions in that for replayability and engagement, and that aspect of almost a sandbox of things that they want to potentially do to create a program and run it and manage the team.
Then I say that. That's basically create a school. Then I say that. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? So they're considering it. They're considering it. They're considering it.
We'll be in Dynasty mode. College players, coaches, a lot is still to be determined. Holt has stressed that the plan and intent is to have real college football players in the game. He didn't rule out anything else, including coaches, something the old versions of NCAA football did not have. And when he says they did not have...
I need a moment. They're considering it. I don't want to give up my hopes, but they're considering it, man.
Licensed coaches, not just coaches in general. As far as integration with Madden, like importing draft classes, a popular feature from the old iterations of the game, Holt again was coy on what they will or won't do, but acknowledged that there is a history of connectivity between the two products. Any idea what Road to Glory will look like? Like Dynasty, Holt was light on details, although he did say multiple times they are cognizant of all the stops on the way of a college athlete, from recruitment to becoming a campus legend and theoretically turning pro. Holt did say they are focused on mainly making it a compelling experience. Could there be more Madden integration with Face of the Franchise? Again, probably too early to tell. Now jumping over to the article from Extra Points, this is from Matt Brown, a guy who has been breaking a lot of the details about this game over the last year and a half, and he's got a little bit more detail than what we saw in the ESPN article, because he's been kind of close with some of the people that have information about the game, and everything he said so far has been pretty much spot on and has been confirmed in this ESPN.
To a reliable source.
And he's mainly talking about why the game is being delayed. In his article, he says the biggest release for the delay, I'm told, comes down to the product itself. I wrote this earlier in November, and I've said it time and time again since I started writing about the development of this project. EA is not trying to simply reskin Madden or NCAA 14. They are trying to create an entirely new IP, one that is even different from the old NCAA game. Simply rolling out NCAA 14 is impossible, given that the last game came out 2 video game consoles ago and was also the subject of a lawsuit you guys might remember. I was told that the code base needed to be mostly ripped down to the studs, and that stuff takes time. I'm told they simply need more time to best represent not just the stadiums, traditions, and pageantry that make college football great, but the gameplay itself. College playbooks aren't the same as the NFL playbooks. They require different animations and code. Licensing industry professionals familiar with the project have told me over the summer that they are still optimistic about reaching a solution to pay athletes for their likeness in the game, but have conceded that it is a way more time-consuming and complicated than licensing professional athletes.
Good point.
The CLC memo stated that they hope to be able to share information on those plans very soon, and based on what I have heard over the last 6 months, I do not believe that that was a major reason for the delay in the project. So again, if they're pushing it back because simply they don't think they can put out a good complete product by 2023, that's a great thing. More game companies need to do that. EA themselves needs to do that with more of their other games, but I'm assuming with a lot of their other games, they kind of have stricter deadlines they have to meet. Example with the NFL, they have to put a game out every year. The NFL does not want them taking a year off, so their hands are kind of tied a little bit on that, even if they wanted to take a year off. When it comes to the college game, they don't have to rush it out. They can take their time and drop one of the best games they've ever dropped if they truly wanted to. Whether that happens or not, that remains to be seen, because at this point, EA does not deserve the benefit of the doubt that they can put out a really good complete product that isn't filled with a ton of bugs. But if their intent is to push it back so that they can do that, I'm willing to give them the chance to actually do that. Now, if you want to know about more features that have been confirmed for this very game, make sure you check out this video right here on.
Alright, that's it for the video. Overall, I heard some good things that I like to hear, that kind of help me, maybe understand, because if they, like I said, if they want to take time and work on this game and actually perfect it. And if they want this to be better than 14, which is one of the best, not the best because that's 06, one of the best. They want to take the time, they want to take the effort, and they want to make sure this is perfect. They don't want to mess up on it. So I'm upset that they did push it back, but I understand because I'd rather them give us a good quality game that they know is actually good rather than the people who work on Madden be like, here's a game, take it. No, they actually want to try and get this down because there's a lot more pressure than it is. I know Madden is a yearly thing, but NCAA, this is like 10. This is 10 years. We haven't gotten a game in 10 years, and for y'all to try to top off 14, a game that was damn well near perfect, it's gonna be tough to top. Comment down below what y'all think, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And that's it for today's video. Comment down below what y'all think. Do y'all think this is a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a good thing that they're taking their time on this game and not rushing it. But without further ado, I'm Blackboard TJ. I'm out. Peace.